What is up, everybody? We've done it. We have done it. We're back. We're doing another vehicle challenge. I hope you guys are pumped. You know, we put so much effort into setting this up for you guys. And I really am very excited about it because we wanted to do something different. We always did like people walking, characters in the foreground, in the spotlight. And it's like, man, character work is hard. Let's do something without characters this time because it's really tough to like parent the stuff, make it look right. There's a lot of detail work. So we're really excited to be doing a vehicle challenge this time around. It's about time we mixed it up. So yeah, very, very excited for this. I hope you guys are too. The prizes are absolutely insane. If you got no idea what I'm talking about, we're talking about Endless Engines. That's our 6th 3D community challenge. There is an announcement video that went out an hour ago on my channel. If you guys hadn't seen it, definitely check it out. In the description of this video, we got starter files for you to get going. We got links to the Discord server. We actually have limited edition collectible stickers this time for this challenge. That link is also below. They look super sick. Really, really happy with those. Yeah, you know, a lot of work went into this, so you guys know where the links are. We're here today to kind of talk through your FAQs, talk through any questions you got, brainstorm some ideas together, and just kind of get, like I said, get them brain juices flowing. Because, you know, I don't want to get fixated on one idea. I'm going to do a submission as well, right? And we want to kind of get through as many ideas as we can so that we can pick the very best one. And that very best one will be personally, it's an individual thing, right? It's different per person. So first off, I see Zeus Creates here in the chat. Naz, you're in here as well. We have some very familiar faces. Steve, I think you said this is your first time you're gonna be able to participate in one of these. You said you got 3 months off work, you got a kid, but you're gonna go for it. I love it. Oh man, I got the chat in 2 spots here. This is better. So I'm friggin' amped for this, guys. This is your time to ask any questions. It could be both personal questions as well as questions about the challenge. Yo, what is up, everybody? Arcboard, yes, good to see you. Mr. Ants, good to see you. Yusef, what's going on? Metatrox, yes. Metatrox, you've been holding it down in those weekly challenges, man. Killing it. Your streak is like ridiculous. Guy Collins, what's going on? We got Ronan, Visual, 2 of the moderators. We got Sodamonte. Wait, is Sodamonte in the building? Where's Sodamonte?
You said that while I was crunching food. Hello.
That's weird. I can't hear you. We are in a Discord chat. Unmute yourself in Discord so I can hear you.
Oh, wow. Okay, now. Yes, you just mentioned me the moment I put some food in my mouth, so I had to munch first.
But yeah, like seriously, guys, shout outs to all the moderators on the server, Sodamonte, who is also producing these streams. He's helping me with these things. We got Visual, of course. We got Ronan, MDK, Sypo, and Bad Cop. Like, these guys have really, really helped out with this, getting this challenge up and running. So, yeah, and of course, you know, they're in the Discord server helping you guys with your questions and stuff. Just make sure you read those FAQs because they will get you. The mods will get you. All right? Read them FAQs, then ask questions. But ask all the questions you want right here, right now. I'm gonna answer them all. Let's see. Okay, Fwed58 says, does the vehicle have to go side to side in the intro? Like, does it need to enter from frame left and then exit forward? Is that what you're saying? Like, yeah, you know, the prompt is set up to all be the same intro, same outro. Ooh, Jan, yes. Recognize the bridges there, very nice. All right, Voltic, any tips for someone participating in one of these challenges? All right, yes, I do have some tips for you guys. I've made a piece of art for every single one of these so far alongside you guys. So this is coming from a, you know, person who has also participated in these challenges. what I can tell you, especially if it's your first time, okay? We're here right now to answer your questions, and we're here to brainstorm ideas. So I think my first piece of advice is let's brainstorm as many ideas as we can, and don't be too eager to jump into your first idea. It's very similar to like writing a movie, you know, or doing any sort of long form project. You got to be okay being with that project for, in this case, 5 weeks. Okay. So if you pick something that halfway through you're like, that's not a good place to be. Granted, you know, some of you have been there, you've navigated through that, but in a perfect world, you really want to spend some time on your idea. Don't rush into things, okay? And I think it's put really nicely in the FAQs or even the guidelines, I think. Don't rush to start, and don't take your time starting, and don't rush finishing either. So that would be the other thing is managing your guys' time and your schedule. You need to sit down once you have your idea, or even before that, sit down and ask yourself, how much time do I realistically have to work on this, right? Yes, we have 5 weeks, but most of us aren't taking 5 weeks to work on this, 7 days a week, 8 hours a day. We're not. Most of us aren't even doing 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. A lot of us have jobs, so we're doing this in our free time. So make sure you remember that, okay? You don't have as much time as you think you do. But granted, you have enough time. 5 weeks, all right? I actually added an extra week to this challenge because, yeah, you got to create a car. Yes, you can use assets, right? When I say car, I mean vehicle. And technically, no, it does not need an engine. It could be a Flintstones, you know, car for all it is, or a dog on a skateboard, whatever. I'm getting sidetracked. What was I saying? Timeline, schedule. Yeah, you probably have half the time you really think you have, and then come up with an idea that you can do in half that time, right? I made a whole video on this. It was the one that I did for Infinite Journeys. It's an art breakdown of like the race car driver, and I talk about how I just bit off way more than I can chew. And I know I'm really getting into this, diving deep into this answer, but I think it is very helpful. Don't overcommit yourself. Tee yourself up to knock something out. However ambitious that means for you, and whatever that is for you. Another thing too, if you want to just participate, like if this is your first time, only a small fraction of people technically win prizes, like very, very, very small. So don't do it for the prizes. Do it to learn, do it to have fun, do it to interact with the community. It's not just about the prizes. It really is about like having something fun to do in order to get better at what you love doing. That's why we're doing this. So, you know, be nice to yourself, treat yourself well. Any other advice? Let's see. Yeah, thanks to all the moderators too for being in here and helping out as well. Let's see. So guys, I'm happy to answer any questions, even if they are in the FAQs, but let's see. Jack, can the vehicle be powered by men? For example, men carrying cages full of cats. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Why not? It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't need an engine for it to be a vehicle, right? So you guys can really do some very creative stuff here. Hkin says, quick question to participate. Do you just upload it to YouTube under Endless Engines, or is this... Okay, so you're talking about submission. Yeah, so for submissions, you know, in the past, we have made the submission link public halfway through the challenge because we don't want people rushing through and submitting something that, you know, we want you to take the full time and really put, you know, take care of your render, right? You don't have to rush it out. So a submission link will be dropped in a few, like all over basically. If you're on the Discord, you can't miss it. It's going to be in the Endless Engines categories in those channels there under announcements. It's also gonna be in the mid challenge update video that I post in 2 weeks here on the 18th. I got the whole schedule for all of this in a number of places. First off, it's gonna be in like the intro of this live stream. Second, it is in the announcement video. Third, I'm gonna put it on my channel banner. And fourth, it's gonna be loaded into the events on the Discord side. So you guys are gonna see the whole schedule. I really wanted to do that this time around because I feel it's better to have you guys in the know than to just surprise you every time with stuff. If you have questions for me, just do @pwnisher, and it'll be easier for me to see, guys. Felipe, no, you cannot do more than one submission. We're limiting it to one submission per artist. These are all great questions. So far, most of these are covered in the FAQs. So pull them up. Pull up the Discord. If you guys aren't on the Discord, join the Discord. It's really easy. It is, as a lot of you probably know, it is the home base for these challenges. It's not technically required, but all the announcements, all the information, everything is on the Discord in one place, along with the community of all you guys working on your art. So it's kind of a no-brainer to hop in on the Discord. And of course, under the Get Started channel, we have FAQs. All right, so FAQs is just all the stuff that myself and the moderators imagined you guys asking us, and questions we had ourselves when we were coming up with the technical specifications of this prompt. It's all in there. So pull it up alongside this video here. Like if you have questions on the FAQs, hit me up. Let's see. Dark Star Digital. What is the age limit for the contest? Well, technically, I don't know. I want to say open to everyone, but we are flying you out if you win. So you'd probably want to come with like a chaperone if you were under 18. I don't know. Maybe we should have figured that out a little bit. But yeah, definitely. I think we'll cross that bridge when we get there, kind of a thing. But yeah, don't limit yourself. If you're 12 and you want to make some art, let's go. That's what we're here for. Let's see. Will Clark, where should I ask tech questions about the starter UV file in the Discord? You can ask, I don't know, just in discussions probably. You can ask me here too. Merrick, you have a question. Does the vehicle need to be visible at all point of the video? So obviously the video, well here, let me show you guys. I'm in the scene right now. So basically, right, I'll hide these rules. So we're looking at the starter file for C4D. It's the same for all the project files, right? Most of you guys are probably in Blender. So does it need to be visible the entire time? Well, obviously it, isn't visible when it exits, and it's partially visible when it enters. The point is to have the main focus of the vehicle in the center of the frame pretty much as quickly as possible, because we're not looking at an empty road. We want to look at your vehicle. We're here to highlight your vehicles, right? So the timing of this is specifically created so that we're seeing as much of your vehicle as possible. And yeah, like of course your vehicle's gonna be doing like, let's see, some of this stuff. It's gonna come in and it's gonna be like, and like kind of like going over bumps and stuff. Like, yeah, it's not supposed to just be all boring like this. This is just the basic version, right? But yeah, generally keep it center framed. Camera shake? Dude, that's like, yes, okay. Can you add camera shake? Yes, but keep it tasteful, all right? I don't want to see none of, actually, I can't even do that because my camera's locked. Let's see, let's try and do something stupid. Let's use some Gorilla Cam. Oh, I have it. Oh, yep. Okay, it's all crazy. Jolt intensity, over rotation. Oh man, this is nutty right now. Hold on, let me go to advanced. It's like overshoot, I think is overshoot. Here it is. Focus, zoom, target, gorilla cam. Let's see. Big smooth, none of the jolt. Jolt, we don't want any jolt. Well, anyway, you can imagine that this camera shake is obviously way too much camera shake. So keep it tasteful, please. I don't want it to be like the Bourne trilogy where it's just so shaky you can't tell what's going on. I think this will benefit from some camera shake. Like pretty much every render. I can imagine every render benefiting from some camera shake. Here, I'll just do it by hand. Let's see. God dang it. Ah! Well, y'all know what I'm trying to do, right? Moving on. Camera shake. All right, can the human characters have some story? Of course. Story is always better. Where are the guidelines? The guidelines are in the Discord server under the Get Started FAQs channel, and it's under that first post. Yeah, y'all read that. We got a link to the Discord server in the description down below. Regan, he says, can a vehicle exist in the real world or use pop culture? Or does it have to be original? This is also covered in the FAQs. This is good though. This means we did a good job on the FAQs. Because these are legitimate questions. I don't want to shame anyone for asking any question. I remember I was in chemistry class in high school, and yeah, I got made fun of for asking questions, and I thought in my mind, that's not a dumb question. And then the teacher makes fun of you for asking a question. Like, what kind of stuff is that? But for the moderator's sake, guys, so many of you are asking questions. Go easy on them, all right? Read the FAQs, okay? Then ask your questions. But Regan, yes, absolutely. You can do the Ronald McDonald vehicle if you want, whatever. Doesn't matter. It could be anything. Let us see. Mustafa, you're looking for a little bit of inspiration here. You say, I'm new to the 3D world, but I really want to join this, even though I lack many skills. Should I try or give myself some more time to learn? Dude, this is your time to learn. I don't think I need to say anything else. Like, this project is here for you to learn 3D. It's as easy as that. So many people who want to get into 3D, this is the opportunity. This is it. Like, come on. We're going to put all the renders together. You're going to be included in the all renders montage. You know, like, if your art is sick enough, it'll be in the top 100. So, absolutely, this is your time to learn. I wouldn't see it any other way. Like, if you get through this and you make something cool, but you don't finish it, you know, of course you want to try and finish it and submit, but even if you're just messing around and learning how to make car stuff, like, you've benefited already. You're growing your value through this. So please, 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 if you're on the fence, this is here for you guys to learn, okay? Frankie's, can the car jump or shake? Absolutely. What kind of car is just locked into place? Like, maybe a sports car going a million miles an hour, but like, then you're gonna have camera shake and stuff, and like, yeah, definitely. Me personally, like, what I'm excited about is making a car system, a dynamic car rig, and it going over some big bumps and maybe a little jump or something to really get the like shocks and everything going. Yeah, make it dirty, chunky, like have it swerving a little bit, hitting stuff, running stuff over. Maybe it's in the middle of a car chase. Like, there's so much cool stuff that you guys can do with this. It can go off a jump and just like Mario Kart through the air. Yeah, there's so much to do. Really, this challenge is pretty darn open. All right, if you're like, can I do this? And you really want to do that? I mean, the rules are, as long as you're following the rules, you're good. Yeah. How many vehicles are allowed? That's another good question. You can have as many vehicles as you want, as long as your main vehicle is your main vehicle. You know what I mean? Like, as long as you have your main subject vehicle, generally center frame, then you're going to be set, right? But yeah, you can have stuff like, it could be in a cop chase, you know? Let's see. Does your vehicle need to be completely out of frame for the opening few frames? Not necessarily, no. I mean, the template literally has the vehicle halfway entering here. I understand that, like, if you're doing a jet, the wing is going to be freaking like way out here. Or if you're doing someone on a skateboard, they might be completely out of frame. That's not as important as getting them to the center at generally the same time that the template is centered. You know what I'm saying?
Some people are asking if they can use Houdini, if they can use this or that. Yes, you can use any program. We've tried to put as many templates as possible. And we will definitely add the Houdini one, for example, in the future. It's just having time to do everything. But yeah, feel free to use any software, of course. Yeah,
that's why we have the FBX in there. You know, we set up the project files for the programs that we all use amongst the moderators. But yeah, Unity, of course, the 3ds Max, of course, Houdini, of course, and if we do update the project files and we add project files, we'll let you guys know in the announcements on the Discord side of things, under the Endless Engines category, right? So the whole point of like you guys going to the Discord, reading the get started and hitting the green check mark to get the Endless Engines role means I can type at Endless Engines, and then all of you guys who click the green check mark, who got that role to participate, you'll be alerted for all of these updates and stuff, like the submission link, or you know, anytime a video comes out that has to do with this challenge. That's the whole point of that. Let's see, let's go back to the questions. Rules about sound and background. This is another one that's in the FAQs. So you can add sound effects, but they probably won't be used in the montages, just because we're getting a custom soundtrack from my buddy Casey for the top 100, and then the all renders is just going to be like a bunch of sweet music. It's really difficult to balance all of your guys' sound design and level it out and mix it with the music over 4 hours worth of, you know, of a video. So I probably am not going to use your sound, but add sound for yourself, please. Add it to your reel. You know, if you want to add sound, have fun with it, but it's not a requirement. Can you use free models like from Free 3D, for example? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you guys can use assets. That's cool. I understand that like custom modeling a vehicle is difficult, as well as building out an entire environment for it to drive through. I get that that's difficult. So yeah, of course, you guys can, you know, go to Asset Town and just build it from assets, or you can make it custom and make a unique vehicle for yourself. It really just depends how much time you have, where your skill level is at. But yeah, of course, you guys can use assets. They're there for a reason. All right, I'm scrolling all the way down. Let's see what we got. How many people submit usually? So that number, I always give out that number in every top 100 montage. So if you go through my channel and you look at the top 100 montages, the render montages, then you can see the last one we had, I think 3,600 people submit, which I believe was the most so far, if I'm getting my numbers right. So that's pretty sweet. We had, I think, just under 7,000 people hit the green check mark. So it was more than half of the people who hit that green check mark on the Discord server to be like, let's do it, submitted, which is a great, freaking awesome number. It's pretty crazy. All right, let's see. All right, Emilian, you said, can you make the terrain less flat so it goes up and down and make the camera follow the car a little bit? Yeah, I think so. As long as you generally keep the vibe of the template in terms of placement and timing, then I wouldn't say no to that. Keep in mind though, this is kind of like a twofold thing, right? So it's like, can I deviate from the prompt? And of course, we all are going to do our unique thing and build out this world. But like, does the camera, say, I don't want to say the wrong thing here either. Basically, you guys can get creative, get unique with your submission. Just make sure it follows the rules, all right? And the FAQs are all set up for questions that are trying to bend the rules a little bit. And I think it is a creative risk that you take depending on what you want to do. You know, like if you want to have the vehicle enter from the top, it's like, well, it's not really set up like that. It's supposed to come in from the left side. You know, I'm not saying you're going to be automatically DQ'd if it comes in from the top, but like, you're taking a creative risk and you need to ask yourself, is that necessary? Does it break the montage? Does it break the template? Because the whole point is that all these flow together, right? So just know that you might have to take some creative risks. Some of those might be too far. Just know that, you know, it's a competition and you're the artist. We're not going to tell you how to do your art. That's kind of where we draw the line as moderators on this whole thing is, you guys are the artists. The rules are in place. The FAQs are there. It's up to you to decide. We can't tell you if it's good or not. That's up to you. Devil360. Yes, the weekend has just begun. I feel great that we've launched this challenge. It's been a month and a half in the works. And last night was probably the roughest night of the year so far, just because I was up so late working on, you know, getting the stickers up and running. If you guys are in here for the first time hearing about these stickers, yes, we have collectible limited edition Endless Engine stickers, the first time we've ever had challenge swag this time around. So it's actually linked in the description below if you guys want to pick up one yourself. There's only 1,000. After that, that's it. No more restocks. But I had to get that up and running, like make sure that was all set up and right. Of course, I had to finish this video. I had to set up the stream, finish the FAQs and details, and like it was a long night last night. But as far as my weekend, I'm great. I'm kind of on the home stretch of things right now. After this, we're gonna go play some kickball. It's gonna be great. And then we got barbecue afterwards. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm on victory lap right now. I'm chilling. The hard work is done. So thanks for checking in. I appreciate you. Ooh, can you make the whole scene slow-mo at some point? I would say yeah. As long as you, rule number 3, keep the sense of speed and direction. But I think that would be sick. Would a space scene with a spaceship be acceptable? I assume yes, but want to be sure. Yeah, totally, man. Totally. I tried to make as many demo scenes as possible in the announcement video. It's also on the Discord server too. But you'll see, like, you know, I think I have at one point. Let's open up another one of these demo scenes. We got a submarine in here. Oh wow, why is it so chunk? I don't know why it's so chunk. What's going on? Let me hide these guys. That's so weird. Why am I getting this super low? So this just gives you an idea, like, also this was before we flipped. We were going back and forth on direction. So this is before we flipped it. But this just gives you guys an idea, like, there's a lot you can do. There's a lot you can do with this. I think we also have, of course, we have a jet in here, right? Again, before we flipped the template. Don't be like, oh, but we're going left. No. So yeah, you can see how it's like generally center framed, right? And you know, we're seeing it like kind of slightly angled out. And here's another example is the big rig. Here's a good example. Oh, this was the thumbnail. I used this to make the thumbnail. Basically, the big rig clip, if you open that up, let me play it for you guys. It's a good example. I should probably add these demos to the starter file. Do a little V2 starter file for you guys, but the big rig. So you notice, right? We come in, it's longer, but what if it was a train, right? It would just go off into the background. You would never see the end of it, and that's okay as long as the front of it right here is like the center, right? And the big rig, I think, never completely leaves frame. We cut like right after this. And if it's a train, it'll be going all the way into the background, right? That's okay. That's okay. Just the important thing is the timing of its intro and its outro, the sense of speed and direction. That's what's important. So I thought that was a good one to highlight for you guys. Yeah, the thumbnail. Thumbnail is tough. Making YouTube thumbnails, geez. It's always the last thing on my plate, and it takes so much time. Goodness gracious, it takes so much time to make a good thumbnail, and there's so much pressure on the thumbnail because it makes or breaks someone clicking your video or not. And so it's like I save the most important element for the very end, you know? But I think it turned out pretty nice. Let me pull it up for you guys. See it in all its glory. Yeah, it takes a long time to do these, but thumbnail techniques, man. I'm always viewing them, like, who knows if you guys want this info or not, but I'm basically always viewing them at a super small, god dang it. All right, am I doing this or am I doing this? Let's do it right. I view my thumbnails like this when I make them because it's like, this is how you guys are gonna be seeing them anyway. They're never viewed like this, of course. So things I'm doing, like little edge highlights to separate this truck from the background. Like these little highlights were never there, but I added them because you couldn't really tell it was a truck. So I added this, even the grill and the windshield as well. These are just Studio Ghibli backgrounds that I added in because the ones that came out of C4D were rough. I highlight here around the motorcycle, around the character. This arm wasn't up before. It was just, basically hidden. So I was like, let's get the arm up. Let's try and make it look more like a person. Try and silhouette their shape here with the sky. This car, right? Yeah, of course I'm trying to do a little edge here. It doesn't look good when you're up close, right? And then I added this here too, because it's like, this just looked like a white mass before, but I'm like, oh, it needs to have the same shape as this on the other side. The background here was confusing this line. I really wanted to see that line, so I made sure to like get it up against the blue. So there's a lot of like, it's like a technique in composition or an exercise in composition. But I wanted to split up this render into like 3 things because we can see it's all different renders come together. That's the whole point. So I really wanted to capture that in the thumbnail. And there's just a lot that goes into it, and I put a lot of pressure on it, and I always save it for the end. But yeah, maybe this year I'll try and work with someone to help me with some thumbnails or something, because they're difficult. They're difficult. They're important. That's what it is. All right. Can you use an animal as your vehicle? Huh. I guess I never thought about that. Maybe if there's someone riding, it, absolutely. Absolutely. No question about it. If it's just an animal or just someone running, like if it's someone on rollerblades, yeah, you can do that. If it's just someone running, like, I guess. As long as they're taking up the visual weight and like the sense of speed and you're following the rules. But it's a vehicle challenge. Come on, let's get down to it. It's a vehicle challenge, all right? So, you know, can a piece of paper be your vehicle? Maybe. If it's an origami car or something cool. Can the vehicle be floating? Heck yeah. Like say it's a sand traveling vehicle and has some vertical metal fins. You mean like a sand speeder from Star Wars? Absolutely. Hovercraft? Absolutely. Of course. Yeah. I could see it like coming in like this where it's like, here, let me see if I can like get this guy going. Yeah, it comes in like this where it's like, right? And then it takes off and it like leaves like that. Totally. No reason why you shouldn't be able to. Can the vehicle teleport / disappear on a few frames? Why not? I mean, if like obviously you don't want it to teleport into place. You kind of want it to come in, to lead in like this. But you're talking about teleport in and out here. Like let's say there's a roadblock coming. Just a big roadblock of some sort. And the vehicle teleports to like hop to the other side of the barrier. That would be sick. Yeah, absolutely. And then it like takes off and maybe teleports out like and leaves. That way, I think that, yeah, certainly. Can you do a transformer as a subject so it starts as a car, turns into a robot, and at the end a car again? Dude, okay, low key. We were talking about that prompt or like a submission like that, and we were hoping. So yes. But don't everyone go doing transformers now, all right? That's the thing. It's like I mentioned one thing. I think it was on alternate realities. I mentioned a plant, like some guy carrying a plant. Dude, there was so many plant renders. and one of the plant renders, I think, won first place too. Max, can the camera angle be altered or changed? This is a good question, a valid question. I'd say it's the #1 question. We cover this in the FAQ for sure. So go check that out. Like I said again, go check out the FAQs. All right. Let me get it right actually. Let me go to the FAQs and read that one off for you because it was well answered. Ronan and a couple of the other moderators went in there and did a good job. All right, so the question is under the camera FAQs, can I adjust the camera a bit? Right? You can change the shutter speed for motion blur, right? You can change the aperture or the f-stop for a deeper depth of field for a blurrier background. But you cannot change the focal length, meaning a wide angle or a zoom. You cannot touch that. You can't rotate the camera in any which direction. Of course, camera shake is like a slight, technically you are rotating the camera, but I think y'all know what I'm saying. But yeah, you can't rotate the camera or you can't move the position, all right? The angle is locked. That's the only way that these renders match with each other and blend into each other, okay? If someone goes doing some top-down shot, like what the heck is, like, no. Disqualified immediately. And in my mid-challenge update for you guys that comes out on the 18th of this month, I'm gonna go over what would be a proper submission and what would be disqualified. I'm specifically gonna show you what I'm looking at that is the difference between y'all being disqualified and not being disqualified technically, meaning frame count, frame rate, resolution, that kind of stuff. So we're going to be on the same page. We're going to get as many people into this all renders montage as possible, guys. Do the stickers deliver to Canada? You bet. You bet. Absolutely. I try to get the shipping down as low as possible. I like custom input a bunch of different shipping rates for all over the world. So we're trying to get you guys the lowest shipping possible on those stickers. But yeah, boy, we got them to Canada. Get you a sheet, son. Sticker sheet comes with 12 stickers. Bunch of different sizes, different colors, different logos for the Endless Engines challenge. Collectible stickers, limited edition stickers. All right, Will Clark, you mentioned something like this earlier. If I add ant lions from Half-Life 2, all right, for example, chasing the vehicle, will you run into copyright issues? Heck no, son. Bring it on. Bring on the ant lions. I'm ready. Half-Life 2 was one of the best games ever. That's covered. Like you said, I mentioned something like this earlier. You are correct. It is in the FAQs. Can you use copywritten like IP or existing IP would be the technical question. Yes, you can do the Ronald McDonald place. Freaking Ronald McDonald Mobile. I don't know. Doesn't the Hamburglar have a car or something? Can you use a dragon for the jet template? If someone's riding it, yeah. Can you use spaceships as a vehicle? Yes, guys. Yes. Come on now. Sorry, did I make you feel bad? I didn't mean to make you feel bad with that one. You guys can do a lot of cool stuff. That's the point. Can the camera be stationary, then start moving when the car appears on the scene? Nope. No. Keep the sense of movement. Don't touch the camera position. Rule number 3, baby. Keep the sense of speed and direction. Keep the sense of speed and direction. Felipe, yo, dude, thank you for the kind words. I'm glad that that we're doing some cool stuff. I'm glad that this challenge inspires you to do some cool stuff, man. That's what's up. Winnie Joe Guitar with the super chat. Shout outs to you. Hey, Clint, your chance of failure is absolutely... Dude. Weren't you Save Polar Bears before? Or Save the Polar Bears? Maybe I'm getting that mixed up, but I remember you. You always... Dude. Chance of failure is absolute 0. You know, if I really think about that, that is very, very comforting. So thank you. Thank you very, very much, man. Appreciate that. Display the rules again. I got you. They're on the Discord, y'all, though. Get on that Discord. Can the vehicle change speed in the animation? Yeah. Yeah, I can change speed. Like, it's kind of the same thing as going into slow-mo, right? Bouncy Cow. No sound will be used in judging, all right? So you can do it, but we're going to turn it off. We don't want sound to, like, influence. You know, if, like, the sound design is incredible in this incredible render, but then you also have another incredible render without sound design, the one with sound design... probably going to be cooler. So we turn off all sound design when judging. All right, so you're asking like if you want to do a spaceship for the jet template. Technically, the template is what we're looking at here. There is no jet template. There is a jet example. And then you say, do we need a different template? No, yeah, there's only one template. The jet is just an example of how I did a jet, but using this template, right? What's the name of the song playing right now? I don't know. Soto, is that info available?
So I don't know the exact song, but they're from Stream Beats, I believe. But I can't tell you the exact song because I have them all in the playlist.
Yeah, Stream Beats. Pretty crazy. Like that someone just makes all that music and is like, yeah, use them for your streams. It's pretty, what a service to the world. Oh, Render Peach, thank you. Thank you very much. No message needed, huh? Just a straight up little bit of support there. I appreciate that. So ideas. There's so many ideas. We've gotten into some ideas answering your questions. If you guys have any more questions, that is why we're here. I'm gonna be here until about noon my time, which is basically another hour. I'll spend another hour with you guys. We'll chill out together. Let's get back real quick to the question of any advice for participating in this challenge if it's my first time. So what I usually do once I have generated a bunch of ideas, I thought of a bunch of ideas, I brainstormed them, I've written them down. Like I love free writing. So I'm actually reading this book right now. It's called The Artist's Way. And it's by Julie Cameron, I believe is her name. And the book it's like a creative workbook. It's a 12-week course. And it gets into essentially unblocking yourself as an artist, right? So one of the things and one of the ways to do that recommended in this book is to free write every morning 3 pages for about an hour. And that writing doesn't have to be good. It doesn't have to be bad. It doesn't have to be anything other than you sitting down and writing those 3 pages for that hour every morning. And it basically I'm doing like the long answer here, and let me see if I can remember where I'm going. Yep, got it. Okay. Basically, the idea is that you're setting yourself up to create the habit of writing, and if you're setting the stage for ideas. When the ideas show up, and it's not going to be every morning you sit down. That's not the point. The idea is to kind of be ready for the ideas. You'll be writing every morning anyway, and then you get into it, right? So what I'd recommend is free write. You can just you can do it by hand or you can do it through a computer. Just type to yourself, what would be cool? Like, oh, what should do this? What if it's a spaceship? What if it's someone riding a horse and they're like jumping over a castle wall? Like go crazy. And then highlight the ideas that like actually could be cool, and then whittle that down to the idea you want to do. Take a couple days to do this. You don't have to have the answer right now on the stream. Let's go, right? So that'd be my first piece of advice. That's kind of what we touched on a little bit earlier. Next, what I would do is draw out your scene. Do some thumbnail sketches for it and see kind of like, give yourself a direction. You're giving yourself a direction to go. You're not just opening your program and you're not going to start detail modeling a big rig, right? You're going to try and see if you can do a thumbnail version of your idea and see if it works and looks cool. Another way, or like the next step, could be making a block out. And what you see here, this project file, this template file, is a mini block out. This is my block out of a car here. Let me open up another one of these scenes here. I'll show you another example of a block out. Let's open up the motorcycle scene real quick. Again, the direction is flipped. Disregard. Here we go. This is a block out. This is like if I were to do a motorcycle scene going through the city under tunnels, this would be my block out. And I would be like, maybe I want to see a little bit more of the skyscrapers in the background. So I'm going to maybe make the foreground buildings, push them back a little bit, or make them smaller. So this is where you get to play with your composition, play with your sense of speed, you know, play with your shapes, that kind of stuff. And even your lighting, you can get into your lighting. So I think this scene is lit like some Dark Knight style. Let's see if I can render this for you real quick. Yeah, so you play with your lighting as well, right? And you block it out. You don't go for the detail right off the bat, right? Once you have a blocky version of your scene where it's feeling right, the animation feels good, your shapes feel nice, then you can start getting into like breaking down what you need to focus on to bring your scene to life. So like you could spend forever working on the details of this tunnel, right? But why would you do that when the point of your scene is the motorcycle? That's your focus, right? So basically, you could submit this, right? You could submit this, but you got 5 weeks, so you're not gonna do that. You wanna bring as much of it to completion as possible, starting with the most important stuff. So I would take time to build out a schedule for yourself. Be like, I gotta be done with the V1 by this point. I gotta be done with like the detailed version of my scene at this point. I gotta be done with, I have to have it rendered, because rendering takes time. I want it rendered by this point, and then I want to be out of like After Effects or DaVinci by this point, so that I'm ready to submit a week before the deadline. So kind of give yourself a little schedule, build it out for yourself, and that'll give you a track to complete a render without having to pull your teeth, you know, or pulling teeth, or making it a very painful process. A lot of you guys have done this before. You guys don't really need that advice. But for those first timers, when you're starting a bigger project, do it like you would with a drawing. You're gonna sketch it out first, and then you go in for the details. All right, so don't hop right into the details. I did that on my Infinite Journeys render. I made that video, the art breakdown for that video. It's the thumbnail with the race car driver with the helmet. Go watch that. You see how rough that was for me. And yeah, don't do what I did, essentially. Natronic, do I have Blender tutorials for this? No, not this specifically, not this challenge. You know there's a million Blender tutorials on YouTube, of course. Blender Guru, if you're trying to learn how to, you know, how to navigate Blender, his donut tutorial is probably the staple, right? That's the #1. But no, there are no tutorials on specifically, here's how you make a car for this challenge. Can a second or two be added to the animation before the vehicle comes into the shot? That's going to be an absolute no. Each render needs to be the same duration, exactly 120 frames at 24 frames per second for an exact 5 seconds. It's just the way it is. I mean, you can do that for you. You can add 2 seconds of pre-roll for you if you want it for like your reel or something. But whatever you submit has to adhere by the rules. Mohit Raghav, yo, what's up? Thank you very much for the super chat. Does the vehicle have to be in focus at the start? So if you look at my screen, you can see there's no vehicle. There's nothing here. But if we go to the next frame, oh, sorry. Technically, this would be the first frame, but still, we got nothing. So the answer to your question is no. It does not need to be visible from frame 1, but pretty quickly it comes in, right? The reason I did all those like test renders and those test scenes is to just show you that each vehicle is a little different on the way it enters and exits, right? But the timing is the same. The vehicles are landing in the center at the exact same time. That's the whole point, right? So hopefully that helps you out. As an example, this scene, the motorcycle is completely gone by the last frame, and it's not even introed until the first frame. Or technically we start to see a piece of it in frame 1. This is what it should look like. And these are older files, so these aren't exactly lined up to what you guys would be seeing, but yeah, I think I've made myself pretty clear on that. Juviole Grace, thank you for the super chat. Super kind of you. Do I know where to get free assets and models? cgtrader.com is a good one. Of course, you got Turbo Squid. Hum 3D, I think, is one that's just like all vehicles. I think Visual, you know about that, yeah? Visual got me on that tip. Casper, can you choose any car you'd like, or just this car? No, I mean, if you watch the announcement video, the first thing is watch the announcement video, guys. I get into all this stuff, all these questions you're asking, but that is why I'm here, is to answer all these questions. It's open to anything, any vehicle you want, any vehicle you want. It doesn't need to have an engine, even. All right. We want you guys to be able to do pretty much any vehicle, whatever could pass as a vehicle. Like, I'm down. Daniel, where should you submit the work? The submission link is going to be announced in 2 weeks from now, all right? During the mid-challenge update. It'll be on the Discord server. So don't worry about submission yet. Just focus on your idea. Will using a downloaded 3D model have an impact on the judging? Well, it'll be difficult to know whether you used an asset or not. Maybe in the submission page, we'll add a thing for comments or notes or something, and then we can look at it then. But I don't know if it comes down to like, and we're judging for who wins top 5. This only matters for top 5, okay, guys? But if we're looking at top 5 and we have 2 equally amazing renders, but someone hand modeled a custom vehicle and then someone downloaded a vehicle, then I would say the hand modeled one would win, in my mind. But that only comes down to the top 5. I'm not looking at that for even the top 100. It's just, does the render look amazing? And does it follow the rules? Yeah, you're in, you know? Can the vehicle jump? Heck yeah, the vehicle can jump. It does not have to be a machine. Soryanch. It does not have to be a machine. It does not have to have an engine. Someone could be riding a dragon. If you want. Amelie? If I'm saying that right, that's a good question. Does the environment speed have to be uniform throughout all these renders? Like, the environment of the plane will be slower than the environment of car. Does it have an impact? I understand that the speed or the sense of speed will change from render to render. The idea is to maintain the sense of speed. Let's say you have a spaceship floating through space. It's moving faster than anything anyone could ever render, but it's gonna look frozen. It's just gonna look like it's sitting there because there's nothing to help with the sense of speed, right? So in that case, have some asteroids flying by, have it going by some planets or something. Do something to maintain the sense of speed, okay? Yeah, I think that answers the question, right? Panda BB, what's up? Thank you for the super chat. You want to get into 3D rendering? Always love watching your videos, challenge videos. How much should a PC for 3D rendering be? I don't know. I think you could get something good for like maybe under 1,000 US. Maybe cheaper. I don't know. I don't know how that like equates to like currency overseas and whatnot. Sotomonte, do you have any insight on like how much it would cost to get a decent 3D rendering machine?
Well, it really depends. I mean, if you can find some good second-hand gaming computer, it could be fairly cheap. But of course, the more you spend, the more powerful it will be. So it's also how ready are you to wait more for renders, or is it worth it for you?
Yeah, that's very fair. I actually made a whole video on like explaining each part of the computer and how it relates to 3D artists, and what you can look at and rigs to build and whatnot. It's a video called like PC Parts Explained. It's me like this. Hold on. It's me like this. And there's just like a PC rig next to me. Go to my videos, scroll down, you'll find it. Hopefully that'll help you out. Is there a reference for how fast the speed should be / feel? Yeah, the template file. Probably more. I mean, yeah, it's like you'll see in all the different like example scenes that I did. I don't know. It's not. They are example scenes. You'll see how like the jet feels like it's moving a little slower than the big rig, but they're still valid. So the template file is kind of the ground truth for that stuff though. Can it be stylized? Absolutely. That's up to the artist. Make it look like an anime if you want. I hope to get some sunset anime vibes on this one. Can the vehicle be facing the opposite direction and basically slowing down instead of speeding up to exit the frame? No, it needs to be moving to the right. It needs to be moving to the right. You can't flip it. How do you open the template file for UE5? All right, so for UE5, I'll just show you. I'll show you. All right, so here's your starter files, project files. We have Unreal Engine, okay? I'm gonna copy this. Projects, I'll delete this. Actually, you know what? I'm not, because I've already opened it, but, oh, okay, never mind. We'll do it together. I'm gonna open this up. It's gonna load some shaders, but it'll be quick. And I'll just show you guys the Unreal side of things. Dude, I don't know what a tonk is, but whatever. Rocket propelled tonk? Sure, I guess. I don't know. All right, so this is what you see when you open up the Unreal file and you're like, okay, where do I find my stuff? Well, Control Spacebar is gonna open up your, it's been a minute since I've been in here. Your, I don't know, what the heck is this? Content browser? I already forget. I'm gonna dock it in the layout. Content, I was right, yes. And you're like, okay, well, what do I see here? We have this movie pipeline file, which will be very important. This is the level we're in. Let's go into this folder. Let's see what we got here. This is like the models, the assets, geometries, of course. Animations is what you want. You're gonna open up that in Sequencer. Now, if we play this, we don't really have anything, but you need to hop into the camera. Once you're hopped into the camera, either one of these will be solid, and then we can loop it. Should just loop for us. All right, so this is exactly what we have in C4D, but we're inside of Unreal Engine. Sweet. Now, when you go to render this, right, we're going to use the movie render queue, and I cover all this in all my Unreal tutorials. But we'll open this up, and you're going to look, and you're going to see that the output resolution is not what we have in the technical specifications for export, right? So you're like, well, what the heck? Basically, you need to load that file, and then boom, we're set up 1920 by 810. You're good to go. Of course, you can add all of your console variables and your anti-aliasing and whatnot, but it'll be locked at 24 FPS, frame 1 to 120, and 19 by 810, or 1920 by 810. So that's what that what this file is. This movie pipeline thing. It's just render settings, save file. So hopefully that works for you guys. Hopefully that's pretty easy to understand for you guys. For those of you who use Unreal, right? Dude, that thing rips. Sweet. Yeah. Good times. R. Screen percentage 5000. Yo, John Jags knee. What's up, Jags? What's up, dude? Yes. So I met Jags at Camp Mograph 2 years ago. And you were just tearing it up out there, man. You were filming a bunch of BTS, and they like, you were adamant too. You were like, nah. They were like, there's no cameras, no technology, and you're like getting all these sweet shots. And eventually the guys were just like, yo, can we just hire you to like make stuff for us? Because that was actually really good. I love it. And Jags also, you know, he's got tutorials and kind of lifestyle videos for 3D artists. So definitely check him out. John Jags knee. Good to see you though, man. What's up? Good times. Will Clark, you've been watching my UE videos. Can you post a list of your console variables? Hadn't found a formal list, and some of my ones from my site seem to break my scene. All right. Yeah, I do have those. They're in the video called How to Make Unreal Engine Look Like a Movie. It's the one with like the dude, bald-headed guy, silhouetted, sitting in a club like this. He's chilling in a club. That's the thumbnail you're looking for. I might have a playlist for Unreal Engine videos, maybe not, but if you go to that one, I think they're pinned in that video. If you just, they should be in there. They should be in there. But just know that like, you don't need all of those console variables. I kind of, for my last few renders out of Unreal, I've only been doing like screen percentage to 150. And that's kind of it. Motion blur quality if needed, but as far as all of the ray trace settings, cranking, all that stuff, you don't really need it. So basically you want to build it from the bottom and build up to that list that I have, right? But I can tell you right now, you don't need all of that. You can really build it from the bottom and see what you need, because it adds render time, it makes it crash, all that kind of stuff. Waywee, what do you mean by vehicle? Can it be a horse, a carriage, a spider with mech legs that someone rides? Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. A vehicle is just something that you're on that moves you to another place. Whether that's a skateboard, a spider mech, a dragon. A house that's on wheels. Hal's Moving Castle. These are all vehicles, guys. Santaku, if we download an asset that has a license, must we credit the original artist that made it? There kind of is like no place to do that, and we hadn't done that in the past. Yeah, there's not really a place to put that credit. You can put it in like your, I just don't know where you would put that. I don't really have an answer for that one. I apologize. Have I ever felt imposter syndrome? Like I've always felt that my work isn't actually good enough. Yeah, sometimes. Mostly when I'm doing short films, live action stuff, directing stuff. It always feels like not professional, kiddie, not serious, you know. If I'm trying to go serious, you try and direct something serious, and then it's just like, this is cringe. Yeah, you don't want that. Definitely don't want that. So I do feel that with pretty much every short film I've ever done. But honestly, these render challenges, I'm not gonna lie, they're sick. They're freaking amazing. But that's not me. That's literally you. That's all you guys, right? And of course I curate them, and I'm very detailed with what render is played at what point in the music, that I talk with the artist and we go back and forth on how to craft the music to best fit the story. So there is direction, of course, but yeah, those things are sick. In terms of imposter syndrome on short films, I definitely get that. Yeah, absolutely. I see the need to do better always, and that could be pretty debilitating a lot of the times. It could be a lot of pressure. I do put a lot of pressure on myself to do better. But I'm inspired by a lot of other artists too that do such a great job. And I'm like, man, what am I doing? Like with my, as I look at my like Instagram posts or something, and I'm like, man, these could be so much slicker and like way cooler. And even the announcement video I dropped, I'm like, oh man, I could spice this up so much more. But I just don't have time. And honestly, I don't need to. I would rather put my creative effort, I don't know, to a movie or another short film. I don't need to be tweaking the text and the font and getting it in the perfect spot. But I do that. I do that. I was just explaining to my wife yesterday that no matter how much I have on my plate, I have to do my very best job at every step of the way. Like, I can't shortcut. There's no way. I cannot shortcut it. I can't be like, I'm just gonna do a halfway job on like the stickers. Like, no, I gotta do the full max best job on everything along the way. And that takes so much time. And that's why I was up so darn late last night trying to get this whole thing launched. So yeah, I think I kind of took that question a little bit off, but I don't know. I hope, I'm sure a lot of you guys feel similar. A lot of perfectionists here in the chat. If you're a perfectionist, give me a thumbs up in the chat. I want to know. I know you're out there. I know you're out there. Tobias, I see what you mean. You said you feel like the amount of positive feedback versus negative feedback you get on your work on social media impacts with how happy you are with the result. Yeah, like if everyone was like, dude, this vehicle challenge sucks, the stickers that you put out suck, I would be like, oh, I was so excited about them, but now that everyone thinks it sucks, they're probably right, it sucks. Oh no. Like, I get that for sure. But no, I think this challenge is gonna be sick. You know, some people are like, I don't like the angle. That's okay. You can't please everybody. Yo, perfectionist in the house. I'm seeing them thumbs. What's going on? Papaxo, what's up, man? I didn't see you there. Good to have you. Do you think it's possible to become a CGI supervisor in feature films and succeed? Of course. Of course. Absolutely. Like, you know what's scary to think? Anything is possible. You can do, if you're dead set enough about something, you can do it. You can go any direction you want to go. And I know that a lot of us may have different limitations or environmental limitations on where we can go, but that's just an obstacle for you to push through. So yeah, I don't know. I truly believe that we can do what we put our minds to. It sounds cliche, but I really do believe that. Yeah, man, go for that dream job. Why not? Life is too short not to. Ah, Tobias. Okay, but not getting any feedback makes you feel judged to the end result. I get the same thing, man. I get the same thing. I'll give you a little bit of personal info. So I posted a let me show you actually. Let me show you. So these guys, I don't know how loud this is gonna be. Hold on. I don't know if you can hear that actually. Maybe I have to talk a little bit for you to hear it. Yeah, it's like a little Mega Man. It's called a pocket operator, right? So I use this, and you can have all these different sounds. Let me turn up the volume on this. Right, and then you can change like the tone, and then it's got bass, all these bass tones and stuff. It's a little portable synthesizer. It's super cool. You can change the sound, give it some reverb. And then you can sequence stuff together too. Oh, I was jamming on this the other day. I'm getting to the point. I'm getting to the point. And then we got like so you connect this to this, and these go together, and then you start adding reverb to it. You start adding delay to it. You start like, you know, adding different modulation and tweaking the sound, and oh my god, I'll get lost. So I just got sucked in. I made this track and it was so sick. And I posted it to Instagram, and then like no one commented on it. And I was like, man. And I was like, oh, it must suck then. But no, I have a blast. That's the point, is I'm having a good time with it. But yeah, of course I would want more people to be like, oh, that's so sick. But it's okay. I get you. I feel you. Yeah, pocket operators, man. They're so much fun. Here, I'll show you the other one. Yeah, they're by this company, Teenage Engineering. They're called pocket operators. There's like a bunch of different ones. Obviously, I'm not sponsored or anything by these guys, but they're the sickest things ever. This one can record anything. So I could be like, let's see. I don't want to overwrite anything I did before. So I'll record. Yo, yo, yo. And then you can play that back. Yo, 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 yo. And then you can filter it and stuff. You could speed it up, slow it down. Right, but then you take that and you go to the piano. And then you get something like... you know. And then you can add a beat. You could sequence a beat to it all. I think I got something going here. You know. And that's just recording the piano. Like, oh my God, there's just this is crazy. It's so powerful. I love it. I love it. So much fun. You got a KO, man. The KO's the best one. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's a sequencer, right? So you can like sequence a beat. All right, it has like 16 different little like steps for you to sequence on, and then you hit play. Let's see. Right, and you can see it going down, and then you got like effects and stuff. It's so sick. Yeah, so that's pretty much when I'm not doing video stuff, that's what I'm doing. I got this setup that I want to like have this portable setup, go to the park and just make ambient music. Yes, that is the best day ever. Yeah, teenage engineering is legit. I'm getting a little derailed, but I love it. Freaking love it. We have a few more minutes, probably another 20 minutes, and I'll call it. Because we got kickball today, and we got a barbecue after that. So I'm going to be chilling. It was a tough week, but we launched the Endless Engines Challenge. I'm really happy with it. I think this one's going to be really cool. It's going to be very unique. I'm really excited to see what you guys do with these prompts, what kind of vehicles you make. And, you know, I'm going to be with you guys along the way. The only difference this time around is I'm not streaming every weekend. I need to take some time to myself. It's a little bit much for me to stream every single weekend during these challenges because there's just so much, there's so much effort and so much work that goes into it, even outside of those streams. So I'm gonna be doing a mid-week, mid-challenge update video on the 18th, 2 weeks from now. And then I'm gonna do one live stream after this. So I'm basically doing this kickoff live stream, and then I'm gonna do a live stream a week before the deadline to help you guys, you know, submit, bring everything to completion, pretty much do FAQ, but on submitting and all that stuff. And then of course we have the judging stream where myself, Ren, Peter, and Captain Dissolution are gonna get together, and we're gonna look at the top 100 and announce the 5 winners, of course. That will be on, what is it? 12th, maybe? Maybe I'm getting that wrong. I have my whole schedule in the announcement video for you guys. Oh, thank you, Soto. We got it on screen for y'all. So you guys can see it right here. Add it to your calendars, all right? You know, I don't want you guys to miss anything. We got a lot of cool stuff going on. I want to be there to help you guys out. Every single Monday, we're actually getting together on the Discord side of things, and we're gonna do like an hour-long town hall thing where we have people come up, talk about their idea, problems they're having. Everyone gets like 5 minutes, and we move on to the next person. So hop in with that. You can show off kind of where you're at, things that you're struggling with, things you're excited about. It's all fair game. That'll be every Monday on the Discord. So just another reason to hop in on the Discord, of course. And Soto, do you have the sticker video loaded up by chance or no on the stream deck?
No, I don't.
Can you drop it in? Or I can, no, screw that. I'm gonna just play it. I have, I'll just play the video. I have it right here. Let's see. The stickers too. So it's the first time we're doing like collectible merch for this challenge. I'm really, really happy with how they turned out. My buddy Gabe designed the logo. I'm pretty sure he's the guy who designed the Corridor logo. But let's take a look here real quick. So it's a whole sticker sheet, right? 12 12 stickers, different logos, different colors, different sizes. And it's on my print store. I don't know if you guys know, but I do sell prints of my art. It's called noisegrainandlight.com. I've got a link for you in the description. And yeah, I mean, the prints themselves are super high quality prints here that I have done. I have a special like printer. She does a great job. Super high quality. I write you guys music recommendations on the back, along with the signature and a little note. But then this is the first time we've done stickers. So I'm really excited to see how these come out. This of course is a render. I put in an order for myself, so I can't wait to get them on hand here. But yeah, we got 1,000 of them, and once we sell out the 1,000, then that's it. But yeah, this is a full sticker sheet, kind of what it looks like. Check this out though. Check this out. Check this out. Look at the background. It's all the little vehicles and stuff. Little motorcycle, cars, sports cars and stuff. Just a nice little touch. But yeah, yeah, I'm excited to block out my scene. I think I'm gonna do a little camper van situation, off-road something. It'll be a good time, very good time. All right, now's the time, y'all. I'm gonna answer any other questions you guys have. Save the polar bears, I see you. What's up? Won't apologize in advance for how I'm gonna absolutely steal first place. Oh my god. That's a lot of talk, son. That's a lot of talk. Can't wait to see how this challenge goes for everyone. I agree. I absolutely agree. Dude, watch you sweep the competition. Just calling your shots. Like Tiger Woods straight, just freaking holding one, calling it. The nerve. But if you pull it off, everyone's jaw will be on the floor, no doubt. But then if I pick you to win, then like, then they're gonna be like, yo, it's rigged. Freaking challenge politics. All right, y'all, hit me up with that @pwnisher. I'll answer as many questions as I can in the last 15 minutes here. But I really wish you guys the best of luck on this. I can't wait to see this all come together. Is there equal judging on the vehicle versus the environment, or is it more focused on the vehicle, I'm assuming? Jackson Davis, good question. No, it's overall feeling, right? It's if your vehicle looks sick but your background is butt, then no, you're not gonna, you know, like that it's an overall thing. It's a one time, it's I glance, and does it look sick or not? Does it feel well rendered? Does it feel intentional? You know, that's what I'm going for. Overall vibe, not just the vehicle. Good question though, good question. How am I gonna judge the renders, Paras? All right, good question, good question. So here's how I do it. Once we get all of your renders in on March 12th, 11:59 p.m. PST, that is Sunday night, my time, okay? I'm gonna wake up on Monday, on Monday the 13th, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna download the thousands of submissions, I'm gonna get them up into DaVinci, and I'm essentially going to filter them by frame rate, resolution, and frame count. All right, those are the three things. All the renders that fit the technical requirements for submission get put into the good to go folder. All the ones that don't, whether you're off by a frame, etc., they go into the darkness folder. You don't want to be in the darkness folder, okay? And I'm gonna get into that when I put out the mid challenge update video. I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm looking at in DaVinci, so that you can check it yourself. DaVinci is free. We'll make sure everyone gets in the good to go folder. We don't want nobody in that darkness folder, okay? I'll take all the good to goes. I'm gonna drop them up into the timeline, and then at the end of the timeline, I'll drop the darkness renders. And then I'm gonna go through every single one. I'll still look at the darkness, unless it's too dark. Unless it's so dark I can't see anything. But if it's darkness by like a frame off, there's only so many renders I can fix. that are a frame off before I give up. So don't be in the darkness folder, submit properly. I could be evil and just say you're a frame off, freaking DQ'd, done for. But I try and make the top 100 as awesome as possible. The only thing we don't stand for is late renders. Late renders, so sorry. So I look at all these renders, okay? And then basically I go through each one pretty quickly. I'm not like flying through it. I give everyone a solid look. And the moderators are also, you know, we're in like mod chat and we're all looking at them, and someone might be like, whoa, go back. And we'll be like, you're right, it should go up. But basically I go through and I give each one about, watch about half the render. Especially with this one, because I kind of want to see how the vehicle looks and stuff. And I can tell pretty much immediately if it's well rendered, well lit, well composed, pretty much immediately. And then if it looks great, I'll move it up in the timeline. And essentially, I'll pull the best 125. And then I'll go through the top 125, and with the moderators, we'll scrunch that down to top 100. Then I go through and I pull my favorite / the best in my mind. Subjective, right? But I think I do a decent job. Top 15. I bring those top 15 to Ren, to Peter, to Captain Dissolution, and we'll get together and we'll pull our top 5 and then put them in order. That's how judging goes down. So I always want to keep it open to as many people that I trust as possible. I don't want it to just be on me, because some people will really feel that this render needs to be in versus, nah, we should lose that one. So it's like a back and forth. It's not just one person doing it. But what am I judging? What am I looking for? First off, I'm looking for like render quality. Is it rendered well? Is it lit well? Is it composed well? Are the colors nice? Is it animated nicely? Like, all of that stuff is on a sliding scale, and you kind of get the vibe. I've been doing this for almost 3 years at this point, looking at these challenge submissions, so I can tell pretty darn quickly. But it's when we get into like deciding first place, second place, third place, we take that eagle eye and we're really looking at the details here. Still, animation, lighting, composition, color, idea. How creative was your idea? How unique was your idea? Did you follow the prompt well enough, or did you break too far off from it? And it's like, I wish we could keep this one, but it just breaks the prompt too much. So that's kind of what I'm looking at when it comes to all of this stuff. Let's see, any more questions? I see a few of them. Casey Edwards himself up in the chat. What up, son? How you doing? That's Kim. She says hello. I'm excited for that barbecue later. It's gonna be good. That spicy mac? Dude, I heard about that spicy mac. I'm ready. I'm ready, son. Freaking ready. Any other questions? All right. Mate, maybe is how you say the name. Having participated last time, I saw a lot of technical, beautiful renders and also a lot of creative ideas, but less in visual quality. What's your tip on that? Where to lean for new people? So you're saying like one render might look beautiful versus like an idea that was awesome, but it just wasn't executed as well as it can. I think first things first is like, how good does it look? How good does it look? Because that is the thing that draws everyone's attention, is how nice does it look? How well is it lit? How well is it composed? How well is it rendered? How well is it animated? Does it look like a Pixar movie, or does it look like an AI generated thing? You know, it's like there's going to be a big difference in the quality, right? So that's number one, is like, how great does it look? And then when I have all the renders that look great, and then the ones that have great concepts, those stand above the one that's next level, right? So it's like, you have all the ones that look awesome, but then there are going to be some that look awesome and have incredible concepts. Those are even better, right? But if you have a poorly executed incredible concept, then I would rather go with the one that looks just amazing and is well composed, well lit, versus an idea. If you just have the idea, it's a bunch of little things that come together, right? So you want to kind of keep all of those things in mind. Prince 9, do we accept everybody in the 3D challenge, from beginners to working 3D animators? Can we all apply? Yes, it's open to everybody. It is open to everybody. That is the whole point. I want to try and inspire as many people as possible to participate in this thing. We're all like on different playing fields, right? But all of us are learning. So what might be easy for someone might be difficult for another. And if that person, which that technique is difficult for, learns that technique, that's a freaking win. But for the other person who maybe that technique is easy, maybe they have a technique that's super hard for them. Maybe something that you might be good at. You know, so we're all learning. It's all a sliding scale. So that's why I just think it's important to recognize that no matter how great you are, we're all still learning at this. And we're doing it together with these challenges. That's the whole point. We're doing it together. Crafter, I can't decide that for you. Stylistic or realistic. Can't make that decision for you, brother. That is on you. Edge. Oh, Edge. Dude, I can't wait to see what you do with this. You just want to say that y'all kicked it out of the park with this one. This is going to be the best one yet. That's what's up, dude. That makes me happy. As well as the moderators too, man. We definitely put a lot of thought into this, so super cool. Oh, an audience poll. You know, that's not a bad idea, doing like leaving one of the slots open to an audience vote. That's not a bad idea. I'll keep that in mind. That's a legit suggestion. Max, is something like a Spider-Verse look where the characters are 12 FPS allowed if the overall is 24? Yeah, totally. I think that's super cool. Yeah, man. Fader, not sure how to pronounce that, but yeah, man. It's open to any vehicle. Any vehicle. Can you add wheel rotation or direction, turns, and what about drifts? Yeah, I think all that stuff is pretty okay, as long, again, as you keep the sense of speed and direction and leave your car generally center framed. Again, like you guys can answer your own questions here when you read the rules, you read the FAQs. I do understand it's a little bit scary. You're like, I definitely want to, if I'm going to spend 5 weeks on this, I want to make sure it's valid. But have a little bit of faith in yourself. Just know if you can justify it in these rules and the FAQs, then you're good, okay? You'll be all right. You guys will be okay. And I think with that, guys, I think it's time to bounce. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. If you hadn't watched the announcement video, definitely do that. I uploaded it about 3 hours ago at this point. Hop into the Discord server. It's the home base for this whole challenge, for all of our challenges. So hop in for the challenge, stay for the weekly challenges, and really stay around for the community and, of course, the future challenges. What else? Yeah, I've mentioned it a bunch of times at this point, but y'all, we got the collectible stickers popping off on my print store, noisegrainandlight.com, in the description. What else? definitely hit that green checkbox on the Discord. You guys will be getting all the updates, the announcements. I'll see you on Monday. We're gonna do that little town hall in Discord. We're gonna go through your ideas, bring people up to chat and stuff. There'll be a lot of you guys.
Guess how many people have clicked the check mark, have read the rules, and downloaded the files, hopefully.
You
What do
said
you
guess?
think? Yeah.
Oh, shoot. I would say 300?
Not a bad guess, not a bad guess. It's 850 people already.
Shoot, that's great. Hold on, let me check how many people downloaded the link. Jeez! 2,300 people have clicked on the link download file.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Wow, that's pretty sweet.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, and we got 786 people who clicked on the Discord link. So that's pretty great. Yeah, that's like literally everyone here in this live stream. And like everyone who clicked the green checkbox. So those are some good numbers. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. Good luck to you guys. Seriously, we'll see you on Discord. And I'll hit you guys in 2 weeks with a little mid-challenge update. Every Monday we'll be on the Discord doing a little town hall. I think I have said everything I need to say. Sotomonte, you got anything before we leave?
Good luck. Just good luck.
Good luck, guys. Have fun. Peace out, y'all.